is up, everyone? Welcome to the No Life Gaming Podcast. We come at you every Tuesday, sometime around 8, 9, 10 p.m. You get it when you get it. Make sure you follow us over at No Life Digital on Twitter, Instagram, and over on our website, nolife.digital, where you can get all of our videos, podcasts, reviews, articles, previews, opinions, everything, all in one little hub. And down in the description of the video, you can also see our Discord link where you can join our awesome community that doesn't really exist. But there are people there. I mean, we do have some members. But we're going to try to build that up as our audience grows. We got a little bump recently thanks to a video that I posted about Philip Mewson and his plagiarism. It seemed to have done pretty well because it was a hot controversy. And I learned a lot from posting that video. Basically, hot topics and clickbait do bring in viewers. So hopefully, I don't know. I think I'm going to do that a lot more often. Any sort of weird controversy that I feel like talking about, sit down on my computer, shoot a little video, we chat about it. And if you enjoy videos like that, make sure you subscribe, man. We also do gaming, technology. We do a technology podcast every Wednesday. And dude, I mean, the show's called No Life, and it's because we have no life. And we sit here and we give you content. And you probably have no life either, and that's why you're watching us. That's okay. We are now friends. Let's enjoy our lives together.
I'm your frenemy.
Frenemies?
I'm your frenemy, but I'll keep talking about tech bullshit and video games. I'll leave the drama to Wayne.
I'm down with it. All right. Dude, I mean, I don't know if you guys followed that controversy, but it was pretty interesting.
No, it's interesting, but it's just, that's not my content. That's,
That's all me, baby.
And that's also, I think, it works good that we got 3 people.
Yeah, that's all me, baby.
Wayne loves the juicy drama.
Any sort of drama, I'm talking about it. We're talking about it. We're getting into it because I live for it. I drink it up. I live off of it. All right, so let's get into what we've been playing.
World of Warcraft.
Into it. All right, you want to talk about it? Let's hear it. Battle for Azeroth.
It's out. I want to be playing it right now, but I'm here doing this. Hi.
Did you record any footage?
I did a little bit. It's in the OneDrive, but mostly been going through leveling. I'm doing Alliance first, and I'm doing Horde because I have groups of friends on both sides. If anyone wants to play, hit me up because we do groups with both sides, basically anyone. But
join the Discord.
Yeah, but like it's a new expansion. I'm still holding out thoughts till probably like next week or a couple of weeks till we really see what's going on with it. The storyline so far is pretty engaging. Questing is pretty decent. It's not the best questing so far for new releases. That was probably WoD, but the rest of WoD was trash, so I'm hopeful the rest of this isn't trash. But it's definitely a lot of fun. Some of the ways they've changed professions, things like that, are interesting. I do wish it was a little bit more like Legion and it had more quests to go with professions, making them feel actually relevant. But right now, I mean, when we're recording this, the game's only been out for 13 hours. So yeah, this is definitely hot, fresh take or look.
Yeah. So you're thinking like a good week before you have like a good understanding of the expansion?
Yeah, because right now I'm still just mostly going through leveling, which is, I mean, it's been good so far. Like some of the new zones are really cool, but I want to see how world quests go. I want to see how a lot of the dungeons look good, and I'm very excited for most of those. Mythic Plus system seems really good, and I'm really hopeful on that. But the way a lot of these expansions go is for people who are hype. If you want to get back into WoW and you're just like looking to go through the quest content, this is pretty solid. I think you'll have fun, but like we're not to the bread and butter of is this expansion good or not till probably like a month or so.
What would make it good? Like, what would be the ideal expansion for you?
Well, from where we are right now, I want the Azurite gear to start being better. But that's what I'm saying was I'm just going through leveling, and a lot of the traits for this gear they're meh. Like some of them are kind of cool, but most of them are just kind of like slight power buff, which kind of sucks because after the end of Legion, we've lost a lot of stuff because we had to give up artifact weapons, which basically made a lot of mechanics for classes. So like I have to see, what the dungeon sets are going to look like, what the raid sets are going to look like. If those are good, then we can start talking about how good the expansion is going to be. But right now, it's mostly just leveling stuff. It's like right now, basically, we're in like you're in the tutorial zone. Like really, like for the expansion. That's what I've been able to play through so far.
I got a question. If I wanted to play World of Warcraft, never played the game ever before, is it worth jumping into?
I think so.
What if I want? Because I like solo RPGs.
I think you'd still have fun solo.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's tons of systems to get you into the group content that you can do anyway.
Yeah, like I would definitely jump into groups and stuff, but most of my play, because like I know like the raids and all that stuff is like a big draw of the game. But if I don't want to do that all the time, if I just want to kind of do my own thing and then maybe every once in a while do a raid or something with a couple friends, is that even possible with this game?
Yeah. You're talking probably about 90% of the actual player base.
Okay.
That is literally what you just described right there.
So it's a lot more solo heavy then. There's a lot more like solo quests that you can do.
Yeah, especially over the last couple of, like, especially Legion, there's world quests, which are kind of like the old replacement to dailies now, which is like, oh yeah, there's always things you can go do to get gear rewards or profession rewards, little things you actually want or desire to make your character better or make money. But then there's also like, even by yourself, like the dungeons, they're not hard. Like they're really easy, and it's literally a queue system where you just by yourself just hit, oh, I need to do this dungeon. Okay, you just join the queue. It instantly queues you after about 10 minutes, and you just run through the dungeon with people. Because like you'll even queue them for you.
Now, when you do like in a new expansion, do you start at a certain level or do you start from the level that you were playing at before?
You start where you were. It's a continuation. Yeah.
It just adds on extra shit.
Right. So like for Legion ended, everyone was 110, the new level cap's 120, and you're going through from 110. Now, if you're to make a new character, it's still going to be level 1, and you have to play through all the old stuff, but you do get a boost for one character to put him to 110. But all of the new content is 110 to 120.
Okay.
Because it's all max level stuff, basically.
It's just something that I always kind of wanted to play. I just always felt like I would be so far behind. You know what I mean? Especially after hearing how people play millions of hours.
Right now, I think you can, if you buy a month of subscription time for $15, you get all of the games except for Battle for Azeroth for free.
And I would be able to get to.
You could level all the way up to where we are now.
Yeah.
And then if you want to play current BFA stuff, you'd have to buy BFA.
Interesting.
But no, so far it's been pretty good. I'm looking forward to going back and playing it, getting a couple of characters up, start gearing them up. Raid releases in 3 weeks. So you got 3 weeks to get your characters geared. And then we'll see how good that is, pretty much.
Yeah. All right,
cool. I don't know. I always like this kind of time. It's always the funnest. Like if you do want to get into WoW, right now is probably the best time to do it. But what I would tell you to do is just buy BFA. Pay for a month of expansion or like subscription. Buy the $50 version of the game. You get a 110 character boost and boost up a character. Like go through the class trials and find out what kind of character you want to play. Boost that to 110. and then play through the expansion, because everyone right now is playing through the expansion.
Mm-hmm.
No one's in the fucking old world. So you want to, like, the fun of these games is, even if you're playing solo, it's still playing through with everybody, because you want some, like, there's times when you have to do dungeons, you want people to actually be there to do those dungeons. But what's a big draw is there is a sense of community.
Mm-hmm.
And like the fact that if you're in there right now with everybody, it's like, even if you're leveling your own way, you're playing with a small group of friends leveling your own way, the part of the draw of the game is, oh, you see 300 people doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So like,
I mean, it's literally been, I haven't played an MMO since Dark Age of Camelot, in EverQuest days. Like I've been out of the MMO scene and I used to play them so much. I love those games, but I also remember, I just keep thinking of like the fucking hours of just getting to that point. And
I mean,
WoW's been the only game in town for a decade now.
Yeah. I mean, you can also, if you are worried about that, it's not super hard to level anymore. And you can buy boosts for $60 to get to within 10 levels of max. So,
yeah. All right, cool. Well, I'm interested in hearing your full review on it once you've kind of gone through it.
Yeah, I think that'd be a couple of weeks out. I got to get my main guild. I'm officer in it, so I gotta level up my 2 characters. I have a lot more than 2, but I'm gonna go with 2 for first raid. And I got to get those up and basically make sure everyone else is doing their shit. And I'll let you know how the raid goes.
All right. Nice. So I've been playing Madden 19, which has been quite a blast recently. This might be the most polarizing Madden release I've ever seen. Like, the Madden community is so split down the middle on who loves it, who hates it. Usually it's always a little bit of like, I love this new mode, I hate this new game. But this one, it's like 50-50 right down the middle. You either fucking hate it, you'll never play Madden again, or you absolutely love it and you can't wait for, I don't know, you just can't wait to get more into it. I'm personally in the camp where I'm really enjoying it, but they need to really fix a lot of shit. So basically, there's 2 new things that they added that drastically changed the game. One is the real player motion. Let me put up some of the gameplay here. So
that sounds interesting though. Like, would prefer a polarizing Madden release, to be honest.
Yeah,
it's like polarizing in ways other than the rosters always suck when they're released.
Right.
Because that's the usual thing. It's like, oh, there's new Madden. Oh, the rosters are fucked.
Yeah.
Like, they just don't make sense, and it's just people pissed. Like, this player should be higher.
Yeah, actually, that's actually not that bad in this release. So the real player motion, essentially, what it is like when you play Madden, like it's just second nature to just hold the right trigger down to boost when you're running. That's not how you play anymore. So essentially, what you're doing is you're using the right trigger as just like a quick boost, and you use that boost now to cut. So if I want to actually like cut in and out of like a defensive player, or I want to cut in and out of a spin,
so it's like an accelerate button.
Yeah, you have to like accelerate it, and he actually moves according to that player, which you couldn't do. So someone can throw the ball like a real quick pass to a defenseman or to a wide receiver, and if you're a defenseman, last year's Madden, any other Madden before that,
the triangle.
You're basically stuck to just like his natural motion. So you either hold triangle or square to swat it, and it would just follow that path in a very kind of rigid motion. But now if that pass is gunned to that receiver and you're not in that way, you can actually cut into that person's path, which you couldn't do. So it changes the dynamics of Madden completely. But what a lot of people don't like is now that this is in there, it slows. They basically just slowed the running down a lot. So a lot of players just feel like they're kind of just jogging, which is a little bit weird, but it makes sense because you're not just holding RT and just gunning it and just hoping that the animations kind of bring you to the end zone. Now you have to
Right.
methodically pick what holes you want to attack. You have to methodically pick where you're going to throw the ball, because now a guy sitting in the middle of the field can quickly cut and intercept you if you're just tossing them, deep balls all the time.
I can see why they're trying to do that. I don't know. That actually sounds really interesting to me.
Yeah,
'Cause, like,
I think it's dope.
Well, yeah, like that. It's a way that sounds like to make zone defense actually work like it's supposed to.
Right. The zones are a lot better.
Like if you have to actually worry about like a linebacker being able to cut into a lane or something, like that's huge.
Yeah, and I think
But-
that's another reason why a lot of people are split, because there's a lot less emphasis on waiting for animations to play out. So you would throw the ball, you would just toss the ball up, right? And if someone's doing that to Gronk, 60-70% of the time, he can actually jump up and catch it. There's no like physics involved at all. It's just you're hoping you get that animation. Well, that kind of takes things away from the game, especially now with real motion, especially now since there's just more emphasis on that player mechanic. And also, they've kind of heavily favored defensive backs now. So you're seeing a lot more people do short throws. You're seeing a lot more realistic NFL gameplay, a lot more slower runs right up the middle, because if you
No
can
more
find those
broken back.
holes, yeah.
Can't do broken back Greg Jennings
Yeah.
every play.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a lot more methodical, which I like, because you just gotta think a little bit more,
That would fix like some of the old classic Madden problems too, of it just being a play.
Right. Yeah.
Like
There's still a
every
little bit
game
of that
play.
though, so I'll get into that next.
I'm sure, but like I think if you have a more fluid system like that, you can do a lot more tweaks with that to make it a lot
Exactly.
harder
Exactly.
than just like, well, we have this one thing that beats animations and it's just broken and that's all you do.
Exactly. So right now, because of the real motion, and we're pre-patch right now, any player, like people are using elusive running backs. So anyone who has a really high elusive rating can basically break every single tackle in the game. It's just the way that the way the stats match up. So until they patch that, that's kind of the exploit people are using. So someone like Devontae
Freeman.
Devontae Freeman. I mean, he's literally going to break every tackle you throw at him, because you can feather that right trigger and you just get those animations every time. And that's the problem that I have. It's like they still have animations. Like you're still kind of calculating animations. You're still hitting weird sort of tackle animations. You're still hitting weird sort of jump animations. And unfortunately, with the real player motion, like half real player motion, half animation triggering, you kind of get this weird amalgamation that just is a little bit clunky. But I feel like we're in a much better time, because they can patch that shit and they can make this game a lot better. And they will, because they've done it with last year's Madden. They actually made that game really well down the line. It's just right now, pre-patch era, there's a lot of people, a lot of the old heads are like, this is the fucking worst Madden ever, blah, blah, blah. It's just we haven't quite figured out the meta game yet. But I'm really enjoying it. And this is the first time that I'm really enjoying the Ultimate Team, because they got rid of contracts, which basically is just the most annoying thing of the last Maddens. So this is my one of the first years where I've been like strictly playing MUT mode, which is awesome.
Ew, but okay.
What'd you say?
Said ew, but okay.
Oh man, it's so good. It's so good. There's no contract, so you don't have to worry like, oh, I have to spend $100 to let this player play 3 more times. It's just like you get money.
That's
you get
okay.
players.
That's definitely a lot better. But
Yeah.
still, it's just I've never I've never liked that. Like, oh yeah, dude, we have a mode that you can spend money on for loot boxes. So will you like this player or not? But I am happy that like that's the controversy. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, we're actually adding shit to the game.
Yeah.
I'd much rather take that over like MUT mode. Oh, we have a new refined MUT mode, so you can spend more money.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, by the way, Matthew Stafford's rated 80.
Yeah. There's some weird ratings. And
Mariota's a 79.
Yeah,
I don't agree.
this
I mean, I agree more with Mariota being a 79 than Stafford was rated 82. Matthew Stafford was rated under Derek Carr.
Yeah, he's definitely should have been he should have been up there.
Like I think Mariota should have been higher, but it's just like, Wait, so you got Matthew Stafford as rated less than Derek fucking Carr? Like, okay.
I don't really even know how they figure the overall ratings either, because it
You
doesn't.
think-
The averages don't make sense.
You think they would go and like maybe like use PFF?
Well,
But no,
that was
they
the
don't.
rumor. Is like they did start working with PFF, but I don't think they really completely did, because some of their ratings align well with PFF, and then some of them are like, this makes no sense.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you're going off of PFF, where it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
what?
I think.
like the Titans O line.
Well,
I mean,
It's
a
one of the
lot
best in the league, and in Madden, it's like a middle.
well, all linemen.
all the
they,
linemen are screwed up right now.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
No, unless
I
you
don't know
unless
how they rate shit. To be honest.
well, that was the thing is, yeah, like that kind of made sense for PFF, where it's like, oh yeah, Dallas had a good offensive line last year, so it makes sense that based off PFF rankings, Dallas should have a good offensive line.
Mhm.
But when they first released rosters, it was like, oh, there's 3 Dallas guys who are like above 90, and everyone else in the league's like 78.
Yeah.
Like,
That's still
Okay.
kind of how it is. Like the star lineman will be highly rated. Like right now, Travis Fredericks, the center for Dallas, is like he's got like a crazy rating, but then the other guys are pretty average, average rating, and it's just.
and then
I
if
see
you-
how why
yeah.
they do that though.
I do too, but then like if you go off PFF, Fredericks isn't even the best offensive lineman on Dallas.
No.
So it's like,
And I think they just factoring like star power, like you know what I mean, like star draw into their rating as well. But to be honest, I think there's a lot of like glitches too, like graphical glitches that they need to work out. There's a lot of shit they need to work out, but I've actually been really enjoying it. The MUT mode to me is still super compelling. It's super fun, and this is someone who fucking hates loot boxes, but for some reason it just works with sports. I think like it just feels like the new way to get like a booster pack of cards, and it's really cool to be able to.
heard it
I
here
don't know. I
first.
used to collect
Man's
fucking
gone to the dark
football.
side.
I used to collect football cards and
Yeah, and
baseball
there's
cards.
nothing wrong with that. But like, now you're collecting virtual cards to be able to play online. There's already an online mode that's free.
Yeah, and that I mean it's fine, but I think like the way that like you're just so much more connected to the NFL when you play Madden that I don't know. I feel like
I don't
I
know,
only
man. You
recommend
can
this
spend-
game if you
Gotta-
are.
that's fair.
I
I was gonna
only-
say, you could spend $100 on MUT mode, and then 2 weeks when they switch the rosters again, your $100 roster is gonna be worth like 20 cents.
No, well, that's not really how the MUT kind of works.
That's good.
But I feel like the only way I really recommend Madden nowadays is if you are the NFL guy, you watch every game on Sunday, you're in like 3 different fantasy leagues. You know what I mean? Like the NFL is like part of your fall season because
Yeah.
you can actually like you get so much more connected to it. And it's just part of like that whole fantasy thing, you know what I mean? And if not,
Yeah.
then I really don't recommend it anymore because they really cater to that market. It's like a niche game now, and where NHL is like that now. It's like I don't really follow too much NHL, but when I pick up an NHL EA game, it's like you fall into the whole NHL world, and then you can start to follow the games, and you follow the rosters. You know what I mean? Like it's just
Yeah.
a
No,
different
it's-
feeling.
That's why they're in ways, yeah, mode does seem really cool to me. I just wish it didn't cost money. The fact that it costs money is like what sets it over the top for me, where it's like, okay, you want me to buy a $60 game every single year and then I have to spend extra money,
You don't have to. You don't have to.
but to be competitive, because like the fun
you-
of those.
You really don't
Yeah.
have to.
Okay.
But there's people who do spend the money, and if you want to compete with them, then you have to spend the money. You know what I mean? Like, but there are like
just
challenges and
mean-
stuff that you could still
Yeah,
participate
yeah.
in.
when I played last year, I never paid for any of this stuff, and I never really played online. I just like doing the challenges.
Yeah,
That's fine.
and there's like 99% of the players aren't spending money, so you can still challenge them. You know what I mean?
That's good. It's just one of those things where that I've never agreed with that, and it's like, no, the fun of those games is for me is franchise mode. It's totally being able to make that team you want, and what that's why I never liked Mud is like the only way to really do that is to spend money to be able to get that player you want.
Yeah.
When I can just go into franchise mode and just be like, I want that fucking guy, and I'm gonna figure out how to get that fucking guy on my team.
Yeah, no, franchise mode is awesome too. In this year's Madden, the connected franchise mode is awesome. I haven't dove too deep into it, and for some reason, some people had some issues with the way that the franchise mode works this year. I'm not exactly sure why, but
Yeah,
it is a different. Mud is like a different thing than the franchise because it's
Right.
like. Franchise is like your thing. You know what I mean? It's like, this is my team. You build the team. You want to take it through the season. Where MUT is like, you do want to put your team up against other people's online team. And having that sort of barrier, whether it's through playing a lot of challenges or beating a lot of people to get those good cards and good packs, or spending the fucking money to get those packs, you know, that's part of the MUT too. It's like, you want to show off that you have that elite fucking... you know, Aaron Rodgers who just dominates on the field rather than, you know what I mean? Like, rather than just Aaron Rodgers.
Like, well, there's definitely times where I'll dabble with MUT because what's always drawn me to those games is team building entirely. That's what's always drawn me to sports. So like MUT is its own challenge, which is fun sometimes of like, you know, here's like, it's like playing fantasy draft and hitting random. You know, it's like, okay, here's a bunch of guys. You have to figure out a strategy that'll actually work. That's fun. But then I'm still more, I prefer franchise of like, okay, I want to build the team that's this and go through the steps of like, this is, you know, here's a super crazy West Coast offense team with a 3-4 defense.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
That and I think you would like I don't know if you've played the Connected franchise, but
I'm much more in team connected franchise. Totally.
Yeah. It's pretty fucking dope. And also this year with MUT, they added solo battles or some shit. And basically you're playing against the computer, but the computer's team are other MUT teams. So you can build like a really good MUT team, and you could be a featured team that week where other people play against you. You don't actually play them, just your team plays them, and they play against the computer.
That'd be cool.
So it's another cool way to show off your team if you got a dope team. But like I said, there's a lot of people that they play Madden all fucking day. They make money on playing Madden. You know what I mean? Like, there's people that do spend money on this fucking game. And, you know, if you want like the best elite cards, there's sets where you have to get 30 fucking cards, and it takes like a week to get one. You know what I mean? So there is a lot of money. They definitely have a racket going on with MUT, which is pretty crazy. I want to know how much money they're bringing in, but I can see the appeal. There's some people, I guess, that like it. Usually they're just like teenagers, you know, spend their mom's money.
Dude, those old FIFA channels, that was just FIFA card pack openings.
Crazy.
That was all it was.
And they would spend hundreds of dollars. I don't think people realize, like, hundreds of dollars. You know what I mean? For those packs. It's crazy. But I guess it's kind of the same as the CS:GO skins. You're just showing off at that point.
Well, no, I remember, like, I want to feel like it was maybe 2015, 2014. There was, like, definitely a rise of, like, a bunch of teenagers. It was just teenagers with rich parents, and they became YouTube stars because that's all their videos were, was they would sit there and be like, I'm going to open 100 FIFA packs today. Let's see what voice.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, so I've been enjoying it. I get how there is a lot of I don't know why this isn't playing right now. I get why there is a lot of criticism. Like, I do get it. The one cut system and the real player motion, it is a weird thing that they do need to patch. There are a lot of glitches. You can actually see them in the gameplay if it would load. But once they patch that, dude, they have a good base to build off of, and I think it's gonna turn out to be something cool.
I'm still gonna buy it because I want to buy it and test it on computer.
Yeah, it's the first year since I think Madden 25 or some shit.
No, like more like 2009, I think.
Yeah, I don't remember the last one on PC, but it's been a while.
2009, I'm pretty sure.
You have to go through Origin though, don't you?
I think you do, but I still want to. I mean, I'm still probably gonna try it. I want to know how good the port is, and I'm still very interested in it. The only thing is,
EA Origin.
it's EA Origin, but dude, WoW just came out, and I'm an officer in a guild, so I can't play another video game for about 2 months.
I have a written review for Madden. I'm just gonna do a little film. It's like a quick one. I'm gonna do a full review on the game and put that up on the channel. So if you're interested in that, be on the lookout for that. I think the only other game I've been playing is Dead Cells. Game's so fucking good. If you haven't gotten it, go get it. It's so good. Everyone's talking about it. It's just phenomenal. Metroidvania roguelike game. You're gonna sink so many countless hours into it. It's a blast. Have you got it yet, Doobie?
Not yet. I had to take my dad out for his birthday and spent more money than I kind of have right now. So I'm a little tight on the funds.
Highly recommend it, dude. It's a blast.
It's on my wish list. It's gonna be one of the games that as soon as I get my my bonus at work, I'm just gonna drop a bunch of money into a bunch of indie games.
Yeah, that's definitely one that I would recommend. I mean, if you liked Hollow Knight, Dead Cells is up there.
Yeah, I like Metroidvanias in general. So
there was a new one that got released as well. I forget. I gotta check it out. Maybe we'll talk about it next week. All right.
I'm waiting for Bloodstained Ritual of the Night to come out because that's by the guy who made the Castlevania series. So
oh, nice. Maybe that's the one I was thinking of.
It's been in like development for like feels like 6 years.
Yeah, there's a
Kickstarter
Metroidvania that's really like hyped right now that people are talking about. Maybe that's the one.
Probably.
All right, let's get into news. Doom Eternal coming to all platforms and PC will have traditional multiplayer as well as new PvP system and invasions. Doom Eternal will have competitive multiplayer that's different from Doom 2016. Have you seen the gameplay footage for it?
Dude, I watched that live press conference. I'm in. I am so excited for this game.
Looks great.
Yo, it looks like probably one of the best first-person shooters I've seen in a long time. Probably since the last Doom.
I mean, the last Doom was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm just excited.
And this looks even better.
I want the PvP to be good, though, because that was one thing that led me away from the last Doom. It was because there just wasn't enough to keep me coming back. After I beat it, I was just like, all right, I'm
The PvP done. Is kind of similar to how invasions work in
Dark Souls.
Yeah, Dark Souls. I was thinking Dead Cells for some reason.
Yeah, Dark Souls.
Dark Souls. Yeah, no, it's like that same kind of style. So I'm really interested to see how that works. Like, you and some friends can group up, I think they said, and you can form pretty much Slayer killing parties.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
I don't know how it's going to work, though. You know what I mean? Like, because Dark Souls, there was a level of skill that you needed, but there was also, like, loot. You know what I mean? Like, the loot kind of factored into that as well. But with Doom, It's just like, do you just run in and then you die and that's it? Or is there like a match?
You either kill or be killed.
But it's got to take like 2 seconds. You know what I mean?
I don't know what. I mean, they haven't really detailed everything yet. So
a Dark Souls fight would last a good 5 to 10 minutes. Where this is like one rocket. you invade someone and then you get hit with a rocket and then is that it?
Well, it's not like you're invading by yourself. You're invading with like other people. So it's multiple invaders.
Yeah, I'm interested in seeing how they do it. I mean, I trust them for sure.
So I mean, if you have like, I mean, I don't know what the limit's gonna be, but let's say it's 5. So let's say you and 4 other people get together, and you just go hunting people playing the campaign. Like, not only are you have the numbers advantage 5-1, even though you might be technically weaker, you're also smarter than the AI.
Yeah. Oh, I am interested in seeing that new grappling hook mechanic. That looks pretty dope.
That looks like I was watching the game. I was watching it when they changed the FOV with mouse and keyboard, and it looked not only fast, but it looked just like you could swing from enemy to enemy.
Yeah, which is
just
awesome.
Ridiculous. Yeah, ridiculous movement options.
That's the whole game. I mean, it's just running around, jumping around, and it looks a lot more open. Where the last one did feel a little bit claustrophobic. You weren't really, the verticality of it wasn't there because a lot of the maps were kind of contained. You know, a lot of
You
those
saw
little
like when they
segments.
in the gameplay trailer they show like the map,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna say it's a Metroidvania, but it definitely looked like a more in-depth, detailed map verticality, whereas Doom 2016 felt very much like the Halo franchise, where it's just like level to level to level. This one looks like it's definitely more open, more exploratory, and probably, I mean, with key cards and everything. But I wonder if they're going to open it up where like the key cards can let you go further back than just finding the door.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you're invading as an enemy type. I see. You're not invading as a Doom guy.
No, you are
I see.
demons versus player.
That makes more sense now. That makes a lot more sense.
It's
That's
really
pretty
cool.
dope. That's pretty dope. Okay, that makes sense. Cool, man. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I am definitely gonna get it on PC and rev up the 1080 on that one.
Hell yeah, man. And we're also gonna see some Doom single player DLC down the line. It looks like, which is not surprising. You know.
No, I mean it is what it is with these games these days. Doom 2016 didn't have that, but I'm not shocked that they want to do some more story-driven DLC.
I'm happy.
You're not allowed to buy it, doobie.
What's up?
You're not allowed to buy it. Put my foot down.
I have to buy Witcher 3 first.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Damn
won't
it.
let you. We won't let you talk about it unless you play Witcher 3 first.
God damn it.
No, I'm kidding. No, it does look really good though. I mean, it's Doom, and it looks better.
Oh yeah, but Jerry, let's be honest. Does it look better than Witcher 3? No,
The music's dope.
not even close.
But I mean, it's still Doom. I'm still gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely without a
But
heartbeat.
I'm just saying, if Witcher 3 was released, I mean, I'm buying Witcher 3 over Doom every time. All right. Nintendo Switch online services press release. Smartphone app ain't going anywhere, unfortunately. So let's see what we got here. Online play in games like Splat 2, ARMS. No one's fucking playing ARMS anymore, dude. Nintendo, stop with the ARMS. God damn it. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Mario Tennis Aces. Well, that's good that it's coming to Tennis Aces because that game needs it. We're going to get the NES system and a Nintendo Switch Online selection of classic NES games like Super Mario Bros. 3, Legend of Zelda, Dr. Mario with newly added online play, save, cloud, backup, plus enhance your online experience with features available through the Nintendo Switch smartphone app and receive offers. And that's all we get.
We're a
we get
month
right now.
away from this, essentially, because they said back half of September, and we're in the middle of August. So we're essentially a month away from potentially having online services. And I am extremely underwhelmed, and I am slightly concerned.
I mean, I'm not surprised, though. You know?
I mean, I know it's $20, but it really feels like we're not going to get jack shit for $20.
No.
You get a phone app.
You can get that for free, and it sucks.
It sucks.
But-
It's bad.
It's
But
really
it's
bad.
gonna have special offers.
I'm just saying, if Fortnite can get like the Switch working with a headset, and you don't need the Switch app to do voice chat, then why can't Nintendo's own first-party titles do that?
I don't know. And they didn't say anything about Smash.
I mean, probably because it's not out yet. All those games that were announced for online are already released.
I'm just I mean,
It's kind of understood that Smash is gonna need the online app, or like not the online app. I swear to God, if we have to go through the online app to play Smash Brothers, I'm gonna kill someone.
this is what's gonna make it break that game. I'm telling you, is gonna be the online. It's a strictly online game. You know what I mean? That's where all the draw is. It's playing with
For
your friends.
Smash?
Yeah.
I mean, online's a big part of it, but I wouldn't say it's the main draw. The competitive scene is a decent draw, but it's a lot of it is the friends who want to play with their friends, like in their house.
I don't
Like-
know though.
Couch, I'm not like people who play together is still a bit, at least for the people I know, that's still a big market.
No, I think that's a big market of it. Yeah, I mean, for me, the big draw, like, online's definitely a draw, but like the biggest draw for me is like, oh yeah, I could take my Switch over to my girlfriend's dad and beat the shit out of my girlfriend's dad playing Smash.
Yeah.
Like, or like other friends, you know. It's like it's because it's on a handheld. Smash is the first game that makes all those old stupid Switch commercials make sense.
Yeah, but I still don't. I don't know. I still feel like if you have a Switch, you just like play together on your own screen. You know, just hop in a lobby online and just rip each other's ass online.
I mean, I got my college friends. We still like whether it was Smash 64 or Smash 4, like the Smash on Wii U. We all liked playing together. One, not only because latency on online play kind of sucks, but two, it's also just a lot of fun to get together with your friends and drink and play Smash.
Yeah, but the time,
Smash Brothers.
The amount of time that you do that versus the amount of time you're just gonna want to hop in a lobby and just beat on some randos. You know what I mean? Like I think, regardless, if the online sucks, it's really gonna hurt the game.
Well, I mean, the good thing for this game is that the randos that usually spam roll and spam, like back roll, they because of the mechanical changes with how rolls work, they actually get punished for rolling too much. So it's nice. Maybe fighting randos will be more fun than just somebody who spams projectiles.
I don't know. I'm kind of getting nervous now that as long as it's just a strong online surface and it's not shitty, that's really all I care about. Because right now the connection on all of it is just terrible. The way that Splatoon, we've talked about it ad nauseum. Splatoon's online is ridiculous.
I'm expecting the first 24 to 72 hours after the service goes live, you're going to see nothing but bitching and moaning on Twitter and on all social media about how much it sucks.
Yeah. Well, then don't make it suck.
Because it's not going to be perfect when it drops. Nothing ever is, but I think they're down to definitely drop the ball in the first couple days while they work out the kinks.
Like, are we even getting a messaging system?
Your smartphone app.
Fuck that. I mean, we have a fucking touch screen on the Switch. Just let me type in a quick little message when I'm whooping someone's ass in Mario Tennis. You know what I mean?
Nintendo should have just straight up been like, yo.
Like, what are we actually getting?
They should have made a deal with Discord because Discord offered, and they should have worked with them to make like something. Because
did they really?
Discord even said like if Nintendo came to us, we would work with them. But Nintendo wants to keep everything in house.
Switch 2, do it with Discord, add LTE.
Oh my god, dude! Let's do it. 5G. I mean, Smash
like that would be
train.
Amazing.
Let's go. I'm down. But the problem is you're talking about Nintendo. Like, I could see someone like Sony maybe doing that. But Nintendo, I mean, we're going to have to wait fucking 2 decades before we see any sort of modern contemporary ideas.
And then you'll see modern contemporary ideas. They'll just be modern to this decade.
I don't know. I'm with you, though. I'm a little bit worried now. I mean, this is the press release. You're going to get online play. Like, what? Why did you even have to state that?
Hey, you get NES games because, you can't get them on any website anymore because they took all the ROMs down from everywhere.
Well, I like the NES stuff, but I mean, that's just like a cool little addition. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool, but I want to know about your online service. Are you gonna have messaging? Is the friends system gonna be revamped? Will you be able to have parties and lobbies and shit like that? The way
you would think with an online service that the friend system would be fucking revamped so that it's not friend codes.
Right.
Yeah.
I got tired of the friend codes.
I mean, that's
the DS and the Wii.
That's literally the biggest point of an online service to me.
Right.
Like that's what made Xbox Live. That's what made the PlayStation stuff online. That's what it made. It was like, okay, you sign into your account and the first thing it tells you to do is not boot up a game, start playing online. It's not go check out our web browser. It's like, hey, you got friends?
Right.
Now.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is like there are the Nintendo IDs and things like that. Like I have my Nintendo ID, but you can't search for friends by that. So I'm hoping that's what but I'm telling you, the first couple days when they implement this system, which is going to, of course, come with a brand new OS, or at least a new firmware. I mean, like, you're going to have to update your firmware for it. Hopefully that's a fucking good change, too, because...
Well, yeah.
OS is kind of boring.
Yeah, that's fair. I
Where
just,
are the
yeah,
themes?
I'm hoping. What I'm worried about with this that I think you guys are trying to say, and it makes sense to me. The reason why every other online membership service has worked is because all of those were about making community.
Mm-hmm.
They were all community first, and this it seems like, oh shit, we need online,
Yeah.
not like let's
Yeah.
make a good online community.
It seems like, hey, our competitors have been charging $60 for a long time. We can charge a fraction of that, but not really do anything different except just paywall our online.
Right.
That's what it feels like. It really is what it feels like. And you guys know how much I love Nintendo, and I'll defend Nintendo, but no, I can't. This is something I'm not entirely happy with.
The more
And
you
I'm
talk
worried.
about this, the more I'm on Team Doobie. Like, why don't you just go with Discord? Now I'm just thinking of like, yeah, Discord on a Switch would actually literally be awesome. It's like
You
perfect.
could still do a
It's
smartphone app. Instead of a smartphone app, have it work through the Discord app or something.
Yeah.
No smartphone app. Just do it through the fucking Switch. You have
like,
the
yeah,
touch screen
Discord
right
app
there.
on the Switch.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
that's what I'm imagining right now, and it's like, no, that's
Discord
literally
program.
it's literally the perfect size console for a Discord style chat
Can you
function.
imagine actually having a Discord like program on the Switch as an app?
Great. It'd be
Because
great.
like it has, you can touchscreen, you can still type on that.
Right now you
and
can't
chat with
even.
text.
Right
And
now,
that's fantastic.
right now, when you see that a friend is playing the same game as you, you can't just go and play with him. It's
Yeah,
not.
that's-
You
I
can't even
hate
do
that.
that. You have to do all this convoluted bullshit. Like with Splatoon. Don't even get me fucking started with their goddamn online. Hopefully this solves that. And if it doesn't, then what the fuck are you paying for? You're literally paying for nothing. You're paying, like you're saying, they're paywalling. They're paywalling you for no reason. You get nothing out of it.
So it's not no reason. The reason is because everyone else has been doing it for so long and they want some of that money.
Yeah, but they give you a service. This would be there is no service here at all because there's already online.
That's why they should never have done this and pushed it back repeatedly, going, it's a free trial. It's a free trial. Nintendo, here's the thing. You've been offering free online since you introduced online in the Wii. And the Wii, you've been doing it for free, even though your competitors have been charging. So now you say that the first year and a half of your system's online is a trial? That's not a trial because it's just what you've been doing.
Yeah. All right, moving on. We got the Smash Direct. We saw that. We saw the mass. I mean, talk about excessive. I mean, this game is.
Talk about Ultimate.
This game is as ultimate as you can get. I mean, literally every person you could think of, they're either a player or a fucking Echo character.
They didn't do what I was jokingly said would happen, so that's good.
What? What would you say?
The reason why they were doing this direct so early was
Oh,
like,
to delay
it's delayed.
Oh yeah, thank
I'm
God.
glad. I was sitting there.
No, I
worried
didn't- I
a little
didn't-
bit.
I really didn't think that was going to happen, obviously, but like
Oh, I did.
it would have just been funny to me.
It wouldn't have been the first one to be delayed after Fire Emblem got delayed.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, that's what I was worried about. But no, I mean, like, there was the leak the night before where they have on the website, they have, like, the music. And they put up the music, and it's really just unlisted YouTube videos that you can actually go to by following the links. Like, if you open it up, like, right-click, open a new tab. And they uploaded, like, a medley for Galaga. But if you went into it, the title said it was like Bloody Something / something. It was a Castlevania song. Bloody Tears, I think it was. And that's how people were like, okay, Simon's confirmed. It has to be. Why are they uploading Castlevania songs if, he's not?
It's just gonna be.
But what I
vampire.
didn't see coming was Richter Belmont from the Rondo of Blood games and some of the other Castlevania games. I thought that was really cool.
It's not even the most important one though. You guys haven't even gotten to the most important one.
Crom and Dark Samus.
King K. Rule.
King K. Rule.
King K. Rool is up there with Ridley for how long people have been asking for that character. And
Why?
they're actually putting villains in.
Well, who gives a
because
fuck about King K.
A
Rool?
giant,
King K. Rool,
crazy-eyed dinosaur, dude. Come on.
King K. Rool hasn't really been acknowledged by Nintendo since Rare made DK64.
I don't blame him. You know what I mean?
It's the nostalgia.
Do they have to fucking do they have to care about every fucking person they ever released? Like, I could do without King K. Rool.
Yeah, they do. It's Nintendo. They've only released 100 characters.
We're up to like 70 now.
I'd rather get fucking Waluigi, to be honest.
That,
we're up to,
I don't get why he's not in there. If you're adding King K.
I-
Rool, why isn't there Waluigi?
fuck
I mean,
Waluigi.
it's Nintendo. I say that as a joke.
Waluigi's never had his own game. He shouldn't be in Smash.
Dude, I totally forgot I have a soundboard.
Neither is King K. Rool.
King K. Rool is a primary antagonist of at least 4 Donkey Kong games.
Yeah, and so is Waluigi.
Waluigi's never been a main antagonist of anything. He's been a sports game. He's in Mario Tennis Aces.
Yeah, dude,
That's
and he's the best player in Mario Tennis
Mario
Aces.
Party.
Wow.
He's never shown up in Super Mario World or Luigi's.
No, I know. I'm just joking, because like, to me, it's just like I'm totally okay with Nintendo just throwing every character they've ever made into the game. To be
I
honest,
just love how, like, the last Direct, he was like, don't expect a lot of characters. And then gives us Ridley, gives us Inkling, gives us 5 more characters in this one, says there's more coming.
wow.
How many characters are we going to end up with? Like 80? That's insane. That might be one of the largest rosters in any fighting game ever. And that's including like Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which had like what, 56?
I mean, I still want to see Nathan Drake from Uncharted and
Oh, you mean the PlayStation games?
Well, PlayStation
Yeah.
All-Stars?
and
too?
I want to see what's his name? God of War in there as well.
So, but you won't. That's why you're gonna see King K. Rool. That's why I'm saying just put in every Nintendo character.
I'm telling you,
there's only 150 Nintendo characters.
if Crash Bandicoot finds his way
Wow.
into Smash Brothers, I will laugh so hard.
I want every character from Star Fox. All
You
12.
got 3 of them already.
I think it's pretty interesting how excited people get when they release a new character. I find that pretty interesting.
I mean, as long as it's
like, this was a big
if
deal that King
yeah.
K. Rool is getting announced.
wow. Well, I mean, to me, like
isn't-
the more the merrier. As long as there's a like resemblance of balance. I'm not expecting every character to be actually balanced, but like as long as they're all around a similar power curve, like yeah, add more.
Yeah.
I love how nobody, like, it used to be everyone got mad where it's like clone. I hate clones. We hate clone characters. And now that they're called Echo Fighters, it's like, no, I love this. I love Echo Fighters. I just love how they changed the name from like being a clone to being a straight up like, yeah, we recognize it's a clone, and people are okay with that.
Yeah.
But like Chrom is an acceptable version of an Echo Fighter for me because his moveset is actually 3 different. Like he has movesets from like he has moves from all 3 movesets of like 3 of the main Fire Emblem characters, which means he's a really interesting fighter because instead of just being a straight up clone, he kind of borrows from 3 different fighters, which makes him unique in that way.
That's fair, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what these Echo characters do. They're kind of like lightly tweaked versions of their original counterparts.
Well, he's the first one that we've seen that actually borrows from multiple characters instead of just slightly tweaked. He's legitimate. Like he has.
Didn't they say Dark Samus is like a different version of Samus as well?
Dark Samus is like Samus, but she's kind of the style where it's slightly tweaked.
Yeah.
Like, you know, her missiles might go in a slightly lower projectile or something. Like
Now
super tweaked.
Now you
Whereas
just need to add-
Chrom,
I just wanted to add Naruto now.
yeah, like
Add Naruto and 8,000
Spider-Man.
questions.
yeah, like
No,
Chrom
just-
has Marth's
There you go.
side B, Chrom has Roy's neutral B, and
Wow.
Ike's up B.
Hmm.
Like that's really interesting because they're now combos.
How do you
of-
know that?
do.
They showed that already?
Yeah, if you see the trailer, you can clearly see him using those moves.
Ah.
Wow.
I keep playing the wow sound effect, by the way. You can't hear it, but I'm fucking dying inside.
I'm gonna kill
Wow.
myself.
Wow.
Chrom, wow. But yeah, I mean, like people are now saying, okay, well, we're gonna get Shadow the Hedgehog as a Echo Fighter of Sonic. You know, we're gonna
No.
get.
Does he have a sword and a gun?
He should have a gun.
Should have a gun.
Just to meme it.
Wait, are we still
Edgy
getting
as fuck.
Snake from Metal Gear?
Snake's coming in. Yep.
Wow.
Does he have a cardboard box?
Yes, he does.
Wow.
God damn
And he's voiced by David Hayter,
Yes.
Oh my god.
Wow.
the original voice of Snake.
He has a cardboard
Surprise,
box.
motherfucker.
Of course he does. That's iconic.
That's got to be a shield. Yep. Okay.
It's not a shield. It's a taunt.
What? They should have just
Yeah.
made his shield, his bubble
Wow.
shield, the cardboard box. That would have been better.
Like kind of like how Yoshi's is the egg.
Yeah, why
Yeah.
didn't they do that? God damn, they missed a great opportunity there. All right,
It's-
moving
it
on.
was, it was like it wasn't Brawl. It's a taunt, but it's a great taunt because I think you can actually. I think it actually has a hitbox where if you turn around and do it off stage and you throw it off the stage and it hits somebody, I think it kills them.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
I think that's a thing.
All right, Resident Evil 2's Japanese Collector's Edition features Infamous Typewriter,
Wow.
which actually looks pretty cool. The price being $675. Or
That's just for the typewriter.
that's
That's
just for
just
the
for the typewriter.
The Lexington Vintage Typewriter Bluetooth keyboard made in collaboration with Quirky Toys Inc. in the U.S. can be purchased separately for 75,000 yen, $675 plus tax. It's compatible with smartphones, tablets, PCs, and that comes with the game if you get in a package.
If you want to get the package, which is the game and a bunch of other stuff and the typewriter, remember how we made fun of the Assassin's Creed Origins $800 special edition?
With the
That was
Yeezys.
This is $900.
Yeah, but it came with Yeezys.
Yeah, but this comes with a typewriter in
Wow.
2018.
The $1,000 edition didn't come with Yeezys.
This
Those were
isn't
separate.
this isn't a typewriter. This is a keyboard.
I
I'd
know
rather
in the
typewriter
shape of a
keys.
typewriter.
I would rather have the keyboard than the fucking fake statue.
But would you rather have the keyboard than the Yeezys? That's the
Probably,
question.
actually. I would rather have
Yeah.
Yeezys if that weren't Assassin's Creed.
I literally almost bought a low-free keyboard, which is like a fake typewriter keyboard thing. They're actually kind of cool.
What if they were Resident Evil 2 Yeezys with like blood spatters?
Resident Evil 2Zs.
You're never
Resident
gonna,
Evil 2Zs. Resident Evil 2 onesie?
I mean, if we
you're never gonna make a pair of Yeezys look good by putting video games on them.
no.
So you're telling me that you got to put anime waifus on your Yeezys? Got it. Anime titty Yeezys. Let's go.
That would be better, to be honest.
I will say, looking
Gotta wear
at
your waifus.
Quirky Writer, these keyboards do look pretty dope.
Oh no, they look
They
cool
look
as shit.
really
I
nice.
really like it, and it. I
No,
mean,
that's what I'm saying, and you can actually use it.
I'm not spending the money on it,
Yeah,
but it's cool.
they actually look really nice. That's a lot of money, though.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. I'm
mean,
still
looks
super hyped
very
for Resident Evil
English.
2, though. That's for sure.
You saw the gameplay and stuff from that, like how like just visceral it looks.
No,
Yeah, like literally, like you shoot the zombies in the head,
no.
brain matter. You've got jaws hanging. You've got just really, really in-depth visuals that are
Wait,
just
we have
really
gameplay
gross.
footage?
back from E3.
Oh shit! I didn't know we had gameplay
Yeah,
footage.
like you can really mess the zombies up, and it gets really graphic as far as it goes. Like,
We're watching it. We're watching some now. Ooh, it looks good, dude. Let me get a wow.
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 Yeah, it looks. I don't know how they're gonna top last Resident Evil. That was the best in the series, in my opinion. I don't know how many of you guys have played it. If you haven't, if you're a horror game fan, I mean, it's the best. It's the best. And then if you have like a Oculus or a Vive and you get in VR, you're literally scared to put the VR headset on. That's how fucking good that game is.
Yeah, this one,
This
like,
is more
they're not
action
going.
oriented, though.
Yeah, they're not going for the VR. They're going for that true Resident Evil 2
Over the shoulder.
over the shoulder action, but not like Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6, like high levels of action.
No.
Enough action, but also enough horror.
Resident Evil 2 was my favorite of the bunch. But I mean, like I said, the last one, they really did it well in terms of like the story, the horror, really immersing you into the game, immersing you into the world. This looks like it's just like a port of Resident Evil 2.
I would be really cool. Like I wouldn't even mind if they just take this engine And also, while they're at it, do Nemesis again.
Ooh,
Because
that
I
would be
really
good.
like Nemesis.
What was it? Nemesis's Nemesis.
Nemesis was the big bad of Nemesis.
His name was Nemesis, though.
Yeah,
The-
the freaking like creepy looking face with a rocket launcher
Yeah.
who would never die no matter how much you put bullets into his ass.
I need to.
That was Resident Evil 3. That was a great game.
I haven't seen that.
Nemesis.
Yeah, there he is, the Nemesis dude.
Nemesis.
Yeah, that was good. There it
No,
is.
not No Man's Sky.
All right. That's it. That's it for the show. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure you subscribe. You get more episodes. This should be up. Or you should be hearing this on Tuesday night. So tomorrow, don't forget we have a tech show for you. Remember to keep your eyes open for more videos. We've been uploading a lot more. Well, I've been uploading. I don't know what the fuck these guys are doing. But I've been uploading a lot more. Trying to get them clicks, baby. Make sure you hit up our website too, nolife.digital. Follow us on Instagram. I just uploaded a video on the IGTV account. Any sort of small produced content will go up to IGTV so I can get that thing popping. I don't know, though, if I'm going to keep that around. I'll see. I might just converge it into one account. Anyways, stay updated. Bye-bye now. Let me get a wow.
Wow.
I also have the air horn. I
Wow.
also have
Wow.
I have a Mario coin noise. Anytime we talk about money, I'll play that one. I have an
It's
applause.
a me. Wow.
I have the Metal Gear Solid. What's it called? Like when the enemy spots
Wow.
you. You know what I mean? The little
Yeah, the exclamation point.
And they have the Inception sound.
Are they all just wow pitched?
I have the surprise motherfucker.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Wow, motherfucker.
I got the violin. Anytime someone cries. Womp womp. I have the got him.
Got him.
I have the Forever Alone song. I have crickets. Anytime Doobie tells a joke.
Wow.
And that's it so far. I might add a little bit more later. I might add a sound clip of Doobie saying wow as a soundboard option as well. So be on the lookout for that. All right, guys. Peace.
Peace.